Hey guys, I'm Teresa. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2023. Hey guys, so you may have already seen the Bookish goals for 2023. This is a mixture of channel / life goals for 2023. So some of them kind of correlate to Bookish things, but I tried to keep like mostly Bookish stuff on my past goals. This is very specifically for this channel and for just life in general. So if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over my channel goals first. So if you guys aren't really interested in knowing about more of my personal life goals, that's totally cool. If you just are here for books, no big deal. I'll go over the channel goals first, and then, you know, if you guys don't want to watch, you can just click off there. But yeah, so my first goal, and now, okay, let me start by saying that in 2023, my year is basically going to start in February. So this is something that I've seen my business mentor do. AuntieTay, she has a channel, and if you guys are interested in checking her out, she's like a crafting DIY thing. So if you like that kind of stuff, go check out AuntieTay. But I am one of her business members, and she's kind of like a mentor to me. And one of the things that she does is she starts her year, like her quarterly, in February. So January is not the start of her year as far as her work, as far as her like YouTube stuff goes. It's February. And so she breaks her year up this way. So she goes February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. And that is how she structures her year. And so January is kind of like her reset month, where she's able to just kind of take a break, reset everything, and then hit it hard in February. I love this idea. I really, really do, because it gives me time after the holidays to just decompress and work and figure life out. So when I'm saying these are what my goals are, that means they're going to start in February. Considering that I'm already like almost to February, it's kind of hard to do it now in January. And I'm really, really working on setting myself up for success this year. That's one, I guess, my biggest goal is to set myself up for success, not to set my expectations so high that I'm bound to fail them. I mean, I know that sounds kind of like silly, but I think, at least for myself, a lot of times I have such lofty goals that they're just not really obtainable. And then when I don't obtain them, I just get more depressed and I spiral, and it's bad. So if I'm setting smaller, more achievable goals, I am more likely to complete them, and which will boost my mental health. And yeah, so basically I'm starting my year in February. Starting in February, my goals will start out by posting this channel once a week. I do not know if this is feasible for me. I have a lot of things in my life that could make this difficult, mainly my physical health, and well, my health, my mental, physical health. But kind of along, I guess, well, this is, I guess, another goal. I didn't write it down, but it works. I want to be able to have a bunch of videos pre-filmed. Like, I basically want to create a schedule. So while I might not post on the same day every single week, that's not something that I'm going to shoot for, because that's just too much for me right now. Like, posting once a week is a big enough goal. I really want to try and have scheduled out so that I have a bunch of like backlog videos, so that if I do have a week or two or three, or a month or two or three where I am really sick and unable to film and post, I will still be able to have these videos in the background that I can pop up, so I can still have my videos once a week. So that is my main goal for this channel, is just to be consistent, one video a week minimum. Of course, I'm going to want to post more, but if I can stick to one video a week, I will be very, very happy, and I will feel successful in this channel. A part of feeling successful in posting videos is I really want to be consistent with posting my TBRs and my wrap-ups. So for those of you who are new here, I have my own TBR game, and yes, it's coming back in February. Do not worry, guys. I know that I didn't post. Did I even do for October? I don't even remember, but I know for a fact November and December like just went out the window. But she's here. My board is here. I still got her. This is Jurassic TBR. This is my TBR game that is inspired by the Jurassic Park world and franchise. And yeah, this is what I'm going to be playing. So she's coming back. Don't worry, y'all. She's not going anywhere. I just had to take a hiatus for a little bit. And like I said, starting in February, we're going to get back on it. So I want to make sure that I am posting my TBR at a reasonable time every month. There's been a few times that it's been like halfway through the month before I get my TBR up. So while my goal, I guess I could say, is what I'm going to shoot for is the first of every month, I'm not going to make that a hard and fast goal just because I know from my past experience that that's not always a possibility. So if I can post my TBR within like the first week and a half, that is good enough for me. And then my wrap-ups. I am so bad about posting wrap-ups. I don't know what it is. I just get so overwhelmed and I'm just like, oh, I forget. So a lot of the books that I'm talking about reading, you guys never even find out if I'm reading or not. And I'm like, that's not fair. Like, you guys are, you know, watching this channel for a reason, to see what I think of these books. So I need to be telling you what I think of these books. And that's another part of my goal, is to be consistent with my TBRs and my wrap-up. So making sure that my TBRs go up every single month in a hopefully timely manner, and that by the end of the month I will have my wrap-ups for you guys. And I also try to make my wrap-ups more concise, because I've noticed in the past in my wrap-ups a lot of times I just give you the summary of the book and then I give you my rating, and I'm like, that doesn't really like help you though know how I felt about it. So I really want to work on articulating my thoughts and being able to give you better reviews of these books. One of my Bookish goals actually is to do a book review every month, like a standalone book review every month. But with that, with my wrap-ups, I want to be more concise and more straight to the point and like really help you guys understand how I felt about the book and whether or not it's something that you would like to pick up or not. That is something that I am really going to strive for this year. A few other of my channel goals is I would like to become more active in the community. I know that for a while there, I was starting to get some like friends, especially in the Christian booktube community. I was hanging out with a lot of you guys, posting on your stuff. You were posting on mine. It was really great. And then just life happened and I kind of had to step away for a while. But I really find that my mental health is so much better when I'm like in community. So yeah, I really want to try to be more active. That is like a bunch of different ways. So obviously by posting more. By posting more, you're just automatically going to be more active. More people are going to be watching your videos. I mean, at least that's the hope, right? So that's a way to be active. I want to be more active by commenting on other people's videos, by following up. There's been certain times, like I know there's one person in particular I can think of, and I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she had put out a video asking for recommendations. And I was like, oh, I have some, just let me go think about it. I never got back to her on that. So I need to follow up with her. But basically just like make sure that I'm commenting. If I'm watching people's videos, comment. A lot of times what I do is I will watch videos in the background, or I will like binge watch YouTube. And so I don't necessarily have time to comment, even though I am watching your channels. So you may not like see that I'm there, but I am. But I'm going to work on making a point to comment, or even just leave an emoji or something to say, hey, I'm here. Like, what's up, guys? And then, yeah, just be more engaged with my followers. Try and, you know, reply back to comments. I mean, I think I've done a pretty good job at replying to everybody's comments because I am so small. It's pretty easy to do that. But I really want to make sure that's something that I continue if I do grow, that I am able to stay on top of my comments and just really be a part of this community. You know, I've been on BookTube for 3 years now, but just due to the lack of ability to post a lot over the past couple of years, my constantly going back and forth of whether I'm even going to be doing BookTube, I haven't really felt like I've grown a big community. Like I said, there's a few of you who are very special to me, who I feel like we are growing and being friends, but I really want to just deepen those connections and grow some more, you know? So yeah, that is definitely a goal. So kind of going along with the connecting with others is one thing that I'd really love to do this year, is be a host on a live show. I don't know. I just think that would be super, super fun. I mean, this might not be something that will come to pass. I don't know. I'm still very small. I only have at this point like 102 subscribers, but if anyone wants to do a live show with me, like, hello, I'm totally down for it. I don't think I'd personally put a live show on. I just don't really, I don't know. That's something that I'll have to think about as the year goes on. But if I could be a guest on a live show, I think that would be so much fun. And that's just something I think I'm going to strive for. Again, like being more part of the community. That's a goal. And another part of that is I would love to do some collabs. I have in my bookish goals, I definitely want to do some buddy reads this year. But along with the buddy reads, because like that could be like off camera kind of thing with like subscribers even or whatever. But I also want to do some collabs. I don't have like a number set. Like I want to do at least 5 buddy reads this year. I don't have a number for collabs. Even if it's 1, that's fine. I really want to be a part of this community. I want to collab with other creators and just have a good time, you know? So yeah, that is my hope. I'm hoping that as the year goes on, hopefully I can be proactive in this channel and growing this channel and collab with some people, because that would be a really fun time, I think. The last 2 book related goals, well, this, and I guess it is book or like channel related, I guess, right? Is I really want to be more active on my Instagram. Instagram is my second favorite platform other than YouTube. I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it that often. Like I'm hardly ever on Twitter. But Instagram, I really, really enjoy it. I would really like to grow my Instagram. Not necessarily like in followers. I don't really care about my numbers over on Instagram. I just want to have fun. But I would like to be consistent. I would like to learn how to post more appealing pictures, right? Update you guys more on Instagram, do stories, that kind of thing. I feel like it's kind of a fun way to update you in between videos or share some fun stuff. So yeah, I'm just really hoping that by this channel growing, it'll also kind of bleed over into Instagram and I'll be able to be more active over there as well. And the very last thing that I have that is kind of channel book related, I don't know, I guess this is also kind of life related too, but I really want to keep track of my stats this year, my reading stats. I've been watching everybody's like end of the year stats and it's been so much fun. I love stats. I hate math. I'm bad at math. I don't know how to use Excel, but I love stats. And so there's a couple different people. There is G from Book Roast. There is Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy. And there is Allie from Hardback Quarter. All 3 of them have spreadsheets that they have created to help track your reading. And I'm going to be trying out all 3, kind of seeing what I like, what I don't like, and hopefully be able to track my stats because I'm really interested in that and like learning more about my reading. And I know that those are really popular. And so hopefully like you guys will be interested too. So by the end of the year, I can come back and say, hey, this is my stats. And like, it's super fun. And then for like, moving forward, we continue to track throughout the years. I think it'd be a blast. So that's something that, you know, I mean, it is channel related because it's you know, my stats of this channel and books and all that, but also life related because I also want to try and keep track of like where I get my books. Like, I guess this is part of the stats thing. Like, I want to definitely track how I'm reading, you know, because I'm trying to read more physical books this year instead of audiobooks, where I get them from, if they're gifted, if they're I do a lot of Goodreads giveaways, library, bought, all that kind of stuff, right? So I want to track all of that stuff. And as far as I know, as far as I can think of and what I've written down, those are basically my channel goals, right? So anything that has to do with books and channels and YouTube and all of that stuff. Oh, I guess like also getting better at editing would be something that I am really trying to work on too. Editing is just not something that I really feel like I'm good at. I can do your I mean, this is a very basic editing video. Like, you will see this video, it's very basic. There's not anything fancy. It just is what it is. But I would like to learn more cool editing skills and that kind of thing. I really think that'd be fun. Editing is definitely hard for me. It's one of the things that I struggle with my health. It's difficult. Like, sitting down and talking and filming is fine. When it comes to editing, for some reason, my brain just wants to like shut down and be like, nope, we're not doing that. So I think if I can make it more fun, like if I can add some cool things into my editing process, like maybe that'll help me be excited to edit and all that. So that is definitely something I want to work on. Now, I have a PC. I don't have a Mac, so I know a lot of people use like iMovie or Final Cut Pro. And I kind of wish I had a Mac for that reason, because like I think their editing system is pretty cool and I probably could learn it pretty quickly. Currently use DaVinci, what the heck is it called? Like DaVinci, I don't want to say DaVinci Code. DaVinci Resolve, there we go. That's what I use, DaVinci Resolve. I know you can do a lot of cool things with it. I've just never really explored it much. So yeah, that is kind of my last channel goal, is I really want to get better at editing so I can make these videos more fun. Because some of you all have like crazy cool videos, crazy fun stuff that I'd love to do. I just don't know how. So I guess that's all of the, like I said, the channel related goals. Now, next I'm going to be moving on to some more personal life goals. If you guys are not interested in that and you're just here for the bookish stuff, then goodbye. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. But for those of you who are interested in knowing a little bit more about my personal goals for like just my life goals for 2023, hello, keep watching. So, okay, I had mentioned briefly earlier that I have a business coach, and I just announced this on my channel like December. Yeah, it would have been December, like right around the time my grandma passed away, that I opened an Etsy store. I have an online business, you guys, and that's so cool. So I am Designs by sweet.t. I will link everything down below. Basically what my business is I want to make items for pets and their people with a focus on pet memorial items. That is something that is really close to my heart, is just a way to remember our beloved pets who have passed on. My store is very small. I do not have much yet, but I'm learning and I'm growing. Yeah, like I said, I'm working with AuntieTay. She has a business membership, like a crafting business membership. You don't have to be a crafter to be part of her business membership, because from my understanding, a business model is the same across the board, no matter like what you do. But she's kind of like my business mentor. And yeah, I'm doing that. And I'm really excited. I'm scared because it's been a lot. It's taken a lot of effort. It's taken a lot of brain power. It's taking a lot of time and money and all of the things that it would take to create your own business, to start your own business. My goal is to eventually have my own website and get off Etsy and just sell things for handmade. I make these things. So it's stuff that I personally am creating and making, and that are for both pet people, for pet people and also for pets. Like, you know, like I said, like I would love to eventually make like pet clothing and different fun things like that. But right now I'm doing a lot of like home decor, car decals. I have a leash holder that I just made, like a dog leash holder, and some pet memorial stuff as well, like I said. So yeah, I'm definitely, my biggest goal this year is to grow that and actually make an income. Like, I want to make profit. I don't care how much profit, I just want to make profit. That's like my goal. If you guys are interested in checking out my business, my website, go ahead and look down below. But like, I totally get, like, you know, this is a book thing. This is not an animal channel, but I know a lot of you are animal lovers. And yeah, if you are interested, that's great. If you're not interested, that's okay too. Like, don't feel obligated. It's totally okay. So I feel weird, like, promoting myself. I've never been one to really been like, look at me, like, ugh. But I need to get over that if I want to have a successful business, right? So yeah, that is like my biggest goal, is to grow my business and actually start making a profit. That would be great. My next kind of like biggest life goal, right, is, you know, as I've mentioned, I have health problems. We all know this. I have a really hard time allowing myself to rest, to take the time off that I need, to take care of myself, like self-care things, and not feel guilty about it. Because I really struggle with this identity of like, I'm lazy. I have been told this before in my life by certain people, and when you look at me from the outside, I do not look sick. I look perfectly healthy. It seems like I should be able to work no problem, right? But unfortunately, that's just not the case for me. And sometimes I internalize that. I'm sure a lot of times I internalize that, and I really feel like I'm just being lazy. One of my biggest complications health-wise that I have is fatigue. This includes mental fatigue and physical fatigue. My body just shuts down. And a lot of times I need to rest, and it's difficult when there's so much I have to do. And I am resting instead, or like watching YouTube or reading a book. And I feel guilty about that because I should be working. I should be filming a video. I should be editing. I should be cleaning. I should be working on my business. I should be, right? The I should be's and I should have's and the what ifs and all of that stuff really get in my brain and cause issues. So this year I am working hard on trying to find a good balance, and not only find a good balance, but knowing that I will never get better if I do not allow myself to heal. And part of allowing myself to heal is resting. You know, part of that is like, it just is. And it's not because I'm lazy. It's not because I don't want to do things. I have no motivation. It's because I am ill. My body is physically making me tired. I need to sleep, and I need to not feel guilty about it on the times when it is out of my control. Because most of the time, it is out of my control. It's not a choice. It's not something that I'm choosing to take a nap versus working. It's like, no, even if I tried to push through, I will physically pass out. It has happened. That is just how my body is. And so I need to not feel guilty that I'm sick. Basically, when it comes down to that, I need to stop feeling guilty and stop blaming myself for my illness and my sickness and the limitations that this puts on my body, because it is out of my control. Yes, there are some things I can do, like medications and treatments and diet and all this stuff to really help. But at the end of the day, it is not in my control, and I need to accept it and be okay with it and not shame myself and guilt trip myself for that. So, wow, I'm like having an epiphany like right here as I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, but that is something I'm going to work really, really hard on, is to just know that it's okay, that this is how it is. I'm sick, I'm disabled, and I'm just not able to do certain things, and that's okay. That is okay. So, along with that, self-care is definitely something that I am also working on, in not in like the mental self-care, but like the physical self-care. So I have a really hard time taking care of myself in the sense of like taking time to make myself feel pretty, feel better, do my hair, do like skincare, right? I don't know, different things like that, because I feel like A, it's a waste of money because I don't have a lot of money, and a lot of my money needs to go to my medical. B, it's a waste of time because I should be doing something else. C, I don't deserve it because whatever reason that my brain, I have depression and spiraling thoughts and that kind of thing, right? But part of healing is taking care of yourself, and it is okay for me to like do a face mask, right? It's okay for me to paint my nails. They're not. I still have my freaking acrylics on from Halloween. Like that kind of stuff is what I'm talking about. That kind of self-care. Basic, just physical maintenance is like, it's okay. Most women do it and they don't feel guilty about it. And I should not feel guilty about taking a bath or relaxing or buying a little bit more expensive perfume because I like the smell. That kind of thing. Like, this is getting really deep, y'all. Sorry, I did not mean for this video to like become like a mental health talk thing. Whoa. But that's true though. That's really the case. And so allowing myself to indulge, which it really shouldn't even be indulging, it should just be everyday things, right? Like, it just should be like, even like doing my makeup, sometimes I feel like, oh no, you know, but buying good quality makeup that I can use that'll help my health too, because I'm not putting all these weird chemicals in my skin, and just it all kind of comes back into the one thing, right? Yeah, so that's definitely something. More self-care, allowing myself to take care of myself and not feel guilty about it, because I know that sounds really weird, but it's kind of how my brain works. So yeah, that's definitely something that I am striving for this year. And I'm not like, these goals are very loose. Even like the channel goals, like they're not like set in stone. They're very flexible, because one of the main things with self-care and with like letting myself rest and not feel guilty is not being so hard on myself. Like, if I don't make the goal, oh well, I don't make the goal. It's not like it's the end of the world, right? Especially with some of the things like the book stuff. Like, if I don't do a collab, like, it's fine. It's fine, you know, I might be a little sad about it, but it's not the end of the world. So I need to really work on my mental health a lot. And these goals are very loose. They're very, like I said, there's no like dates per se. And even though I'm like, I want to post once a week, I'm not setting a day of the week that I'm going to be posting, because that's just too much pressure. And then if I don't post on that day, I'm going to get really hard on myself and I'm going to fall behind. And it's a thing. It's a spiraling thing. If you have depression, you know. I am not going to feel guilty about not completing these goals. These are just things that I am hopefully, like I said, trying to set myself up for success this year, of trying to make very easy baby steps to take care of myself and be okay with failure, right? Because it's not necessarily failure if I'm not able to do these things, but even if it is failure, it's okay. And I need to be able to accept that. Yeah, I was not expecting this to be all deep and stuff, but hey, here we are. Along with taking care of myself, I definitely want to work on my diet. This is something that I tried last year. I tried to go sugar-free and I did really good. I was like a month where I was like very hardcore sugar-free, and I lost like 10 pounds in like 2 weeks. I mean, it was amazing. I felt better. I had energy. And then I kind of cheated. And then I was like, oh, now I'm like really bad. And part of that's grief. I'm a comfort eater and I like my sweets. So I'm not going to like set myself and saying like 0 sugar and I have to eat super healthy and no carbs and like set this specific diet. Because I know myself and I know if I do that, I'm going to fail it. And then when I do, I'm just going to get depressed. And then I'm just going to fail even more and like go off the deep end on the bad side. So basically my goal is just to eat better. Cut back on soda. Like I drink way too much pop. I have tried to cut it out of my life a few times and I've been able to do it. And then I cheat and then it gets back to like, so I'm really trying to work on like very minimal to no pop, cut way back on the sweets, right? Eat more healthy, like just cook more. I can eat sweets. Like I'm not going to say no sweets, but I need to be more conscientious about what I'm eating, the type of food I'm putting into my body, how much sugar, how much, is it highly processed versus is it more natural and organic, that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not going to be like, oh, I have to eat a bunch of greens and no carbs and whatever. I just want to be more aware of what I'm eating, not eat so much highly processed foods and not eat so much sugary foods. And, I gotta start somewhere and that's where I'm choosing to start. So I'm hoping along with that, like all these things combined will really help my health, which in turn will help this channel, right? Because if I'm healthy, I'm able to do these videos and film and edit and do all the things. So it's all a win-win in every aspect and I am excited. The next goal that I have, and so far I have not done well this month. But again, like I said, I'm starting the year in February. So you know what? I'm not going to get hard on myself. We're going to start this in February. I want to read my Bible every day. I don't have a set rule of like how many verses, how many chapters, whatever. I'm just going to read my Bible every single day. This is something that has been very important to me. I have never read every single book in the Bible. I've read most of the books in the Bible. I am currently in Deuteronomy and I am slowly working my way through. I started reading my Bible every day last year and I am, like I said, in Deuteronomy. I did not do a good job at reading every day, but that is just the goal. Like when I get up in the morning before I look at my phone, I want to read my Bible because I have a tendency of wake up, check the phone, check Instagram, check YouTube, check emails, check text messages, all that kind of stuff. But before I do that, my first thing when I wake up, I just want to read my Bible. And then I can do whatever I want after that. But that's really a big goal of mine. Yeah, and my plan is not to finish the Bible in 2023. If it happens, it happens. If that's just how it works out that way, that'd be great. But that's not like what I'm striving for. I just want to read it every day. And I'm reading it chronologically, like I said, I'm in Deuteronomy. And so, yeah, just continue from where I am and just continue reading it. That's my goal. The Bible that I have is a New Living Translation and it's a woman's study Bible. So, yeah, my second to last goal is, those of you who know, did I talk about him in the beginning of this video? I filmed a couple videos today, so I don't know if I've talked about him. But I have a dog. His name is Ranger. He's actually sleeping right behind the camera right now, which is like, thank you, Lord, because this dog has been a terror today. He is a 18-month-old German Shepherd. And if you all know anything about young German Shepherds, they are chaotic. They are little terrors. I mean, I love him to death. Like right now, he's being so cute. I tell everyone this, he's a Sour Patch Kid. First he's sour and then he's sweet. Like he is legit, because earlier today he was pestering me every time I sat down to film. Like he was fine. He was just doing his own thing. The second I pushed the film button, boom, he's in my face. And I'm like, dude. Oh, he was driving me crazy. And then of course I got all upset and was like frustrated. That was flustered and frustrated into one. So I was frustrated, and I go lay down, I'm just like, bah! And then he comes and he cuddles me, and he's all cute. He's like, I'm sorry, Mom. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, so anyways, I have a German Shepherd puppy. And actually, he is supposed to be, or well, he is in training to be my boyfriend's service dog. My boyfriend has PTSD, and so Ranger is going to be his service dog for that. And we're doing owner training. We cannot afford proper like professional training because those dogs are thousands of dollars. We cannot afford that. So his training, because of my health and other things, just has really lapsed over the past 6 months. We've fallen behind. He's kind of fallen behind in his ability to do public access. Like he was doing really good, and now but also he like became a teenager, and it's a whole mix of stuff. And I just really this year want to get back into his training, be more proactive, be more consistent with his training. I mean, it's going to help him, it's going to help me, and it's going to allow him to become a service dog someday. Service dogs, I would say that on average, a dog is in training for 2 full years before it is a service dog. So he still has a while to go. I would say he's got a year under his belt. I mean, he's a year and a half. So, you know, like I said, we still need at least another full year, if not another full year and a half, before I'd be comfortable saying that he is a fully trained service dog. But I really need to get back into his training. I've been like pretty lax on some things, even just some basic stuff around the house. So we need to start like tighten up, you know, what's the phrase? Tighten the rope? I don't know. Be more consistent with him, getting him back on a schedule. It's going to help me tremendously because he thrives on a schedule. Yeah, and just help him become a better dog and just work on his training. It's something I love to do. I love training dogs. It's something I find a lot of joy in, and it's just going to help all around. It's going to be great. So that's something that I'm going to do. Another life goal, revamp the puppy's training. The last goal that I have for myself this year, and this is also kind of like my word for the year. So my word for the year is faithful. That is what I'm going to be living by every second of every day. And faithful, this means a few different things to me. The main big one is God's faithfulness. God is faithful to me, and he is faithful to continue a good work in me, continue the work that he started in me. And I need to trust that he is faithful and that he is not going to let me down, because he hasn't ever. But as mentioned over the past, well, I guess I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't know what I mentioned in what video. Sorry, my voice is starting to go. Like I said, I've filmed a lot of videos today. I think I mentioned in this video, my grandma passed away recently. I've had a lot of loss and a lot of just really crappy health stuff over the past few years. And so I need to just be reminded that God is faithful and that he's taking care of me. I need to be faithful to him, faithful in reading my Bible, faithful in walking with him, but I also need to be faithful in my business. I need to basically show up and be there and be productive and be faithful in allowing this to grow and doing my part that needs, you know, which is like a lot of it. Obviously, it's my business, but yeah, doing my part. I need to be faithful to this channel, faithful to you guys. Again, this is like, so I would say, obviously, the way this goes is like my relationship with the Lord, my health, like family, all that, my business, and then YouTube. That's kind of the hierarchy. So a couple things come before this channel. Like, this channel is not my job, and so it's not the number one priority in my life. Well, this channel is very, very important to me. This is kind of my lifeline, how I stay connected with people. It is a hobby, but it's more than that, in the sense, not in the sense it makes me money, but in the sense of that it's something very, very important to me, but it is not the most important thing. So while I am saying I need to be faithful to this channel, that doesn't mean that I will be constantly here and I'll be posting every week like I want. I mean, that is the hope, of course, but I'm not going to beat myself up if something happens, if there's a family emergency, if my health gets really, really bad for a couple weeks and I just can't post. It's okay. So I need to be faithful to myself and like letting myself heal. So faithful in so many different ways, right? I need to let people be faithful to me and me to be faithful to people, and situations and all the things. And oh my gosh, this is a long video. I was not meaning for this video to be so dang long, but I hope that makes sense. Yeah, just faithfulness. That is my word for the year. That's what I'm going to be living by every second of every day this year in 2023. Okay guys, we made it to the end. Finally, I've been talking a lot. My voice is going. This is a long freaking video. If you've made it to the end of this video and you'd like to leave me a little emoji to say hi, you're here, why don't you leave me a tulip? Leave me a tulip emoji. Tulips are one of my favorite flowers, and we just need to start this year out good. So put some positivity in the comments and leave me a tulip. If you'd like to say hi, if you'd like to discuss anything I've talked about like maybe what your goals are, I'd be curious to know what your goals are for 2023. See if we have something similar or whatever. Just let me know. My dog is staring at me very strangely. He's sitting there like, I think he's half asleep. Are you okay? Yeah? Is it all good? Go to sleep. It's okay. Good boy. I love you. I think he's saying, Mom, turn off the camera. Leave a comment. I would love to connect with you guys. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you would like to see more by me. Wow, I talk too much. Anyways, guys, sorry it got deep, but like hopefully maybe this will encourage other people to share, you know, maybe their struggles, like, because mental health is very, very important and we need to talk about it more because there needs to not be such a stigma around it. But I do understand this is a book channel and not everyone is here for that, and that's okay too. That is okay too. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Y'all mean so much to me. This was my goal for the year. I don't know how this year is going to play out. You know, only time will tell, but this is what my hope is. So starting in February 1st, we're going to be chugging right along. Wow. Okay. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.